What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel where we keep it 100% real about everything e-commerce. About 1 month ago, I made a video answering all of your questions about TikTok Shop, but since then, a lot of things have changed. Since then, I've received a whole bunch of brand new questions, and some of them have been asked a whole bunch of times. So I thought, you know what? Let me make a video addressing all of these new concerns, addressing all of these new questions, make it as informative as possible for you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, one of the biggest questions that I see all of the time, and one that I need to address at the start of this video so I don't waste your time, is in what countries is TikTok Shop currently available? Now, as of right now, TikTok Shop is available in the US, in the UK, and it's also available in a couple of Asian countries, including Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and a couple more. I'm going to have it somewhere here on the screen so you guys can see all the countries where it's available. In case it's not available in your country and you don't want to waste your time watching this video, you can click right off. The other limiting question that I see often is, I don't have 1,000 subscribers, I don't have 5,000 subscribers, how can I start TikTok Shop? Now, the answer to this question is there is no follower count requirement to start TikTok Shop. You can start TikTok Shop without even having a TikTok account connected. TikTok Shop operates as a marketplace similar to Etsy. So your store can exist on this platform without you linking any TikTok accounts to it. Now, of course, to get exposure, to get more visits to your shop, you should create content and you should have a TikTok account. But the TikTok account start out at 10 followers, it doesn't matter, and it can be linked to your shop and be the official account. So with those two very basic beginner questions out the way, let's get into more of the juicy stuff. Question I've been seeing in a lot of my videos and also a whole bunch of other creators who are making content about TikTok Shop is, how are you able to fulfill within the 3 days using Printify? Many of these creators don't reply to this question because they actually don't sell on TikTok Shop. They're just one of those people who are telling you about new opportunities in e-commerce. But using Printify on TikTok Shop, you're not going to be able to fulfill orders in 3 days all the time. That I can tell you guys, right? Now with this, you start accumulating violation points here and there. Now what I can say, I use Printify, right? So what I recommend you guys doing is only selling products that can be produced in 1 day, 1.2, 1.3 days or less. Anything that has a production time above 1.5 days, I do not suggest you guys pursue. Now, in my case, I sell crew necks, I sell t-shirts, and I used to sell a license plate frame that was doing very, very, very well. But it would take 2 days, sometimes 3 days to produce, and therefore increase my late dispatch rate substantially. Now with my crew necks and t-shirts, the production time is, I use SwiftPod, and the production time is about 1 day, 1 to 1.2 days. Now SwiftPod is very, very fast. By the way, if you don't know what SwiftPod is, it's a print provider on Printify. They're very, very fast with production, and they input tracking numbers into TikTok Shop and onto Printify very fast. Sometimes it's within a day, sometimes it's within 2 days. However, this is where the issue arises and where you're going to have trouble with print on demand on TikTok Shop, is that USPS does not scan packages right away. So even though SwiftPod can go print your product, package it up, drop it off at the post office, if USPS doesn't scan it, it's not counted as in transit. TikTok Shop is going to count it as a late dispatch rate if it passes the 3-day mark. Now, in my experience so far, I have 16 violation points due to late dispatch rate. I don't have any other violations. My tracking numbers are always valid. My reviews are always good. But when it comes to late dispatch, what I found is that most of the time, the tracking numbers are in, but USPS hasn't scanned it. And because I wasn't the one dropping the product off myself, I don't have a receipt or a manifesto of the time that I dropped off the package. I can't go to TikTok and show them that and try to dispute it. It's kind of like I can't do anything about it. The thing to keep in mind is the violation points that you receive are down to how large your late dispatch rate is, how big the number is. So for example, some weeks, my late dispatch rate would be 10%, 9%. Those kind of weeks, I only receive 1 violation point. Once it was at 7%, I actually didn't receive any violation points, even though they wanted to be below 4%. And then what happened about a week and a half ago is I had a really big 3-day period where I had around 200 orders. Now, these 200 orders missed the late dispatch rate by 1 day. So it counted as about 180, 190 orders as late dispatch, which skyrocketed my late dispatch rate up to 35%. And I received 5 violation points, which took me from 11, 16. And this is a very sticky situation to be in. But going back to the question, Printify can fulfill your products within the 3-day mark. The majority of the time, you're gonna run the risk of getting late violation points. And that's just something that you can't find a way around as long as you do print on demand. But for the most part, it should be very, very sustainable and very decent. Another basic question that I get when it comes to setup is, what should I set as my warehouse address? Now, I don't really cover the logistical things and setting up TikTok shop in this channel because I want to talk strategy. These are very basic things, but I can tell you guys at least what I did. In terms of my warehouse, I set my own address. Now, this way, when a customer wants to return the product and TikTok approves the return, which they do, no matter what, they're gonna approve the customer's return, it gets shipped back to my house. And then if it's still brand new, I can repackage it and ship it to another customer. And that way I reduce the loss that I take. Question that many people who are not familiar with print on demand ask is, how do I get my designs? And how do I get designs that work? Now, when you're first starting out, what I suggest you guys do, and this is what I did, is source your designs on Etsy. Find crew necks that are already selling well, find t-shirts that are already selling well. See if you can find those designs as PNGs. Make sure they're not already selling that much on TikTok. And then you buy those PNGs off of Etsy. They give you the right to use them and use them print on demand and sell them on your own t-shirts. That way you can get your feet wet with TikTok Shop, see if you like the platform, see if it makes sense for you. And then from there, what I suggest you do, and this is what I just did a couple of weeks ago, is go on Fiverr and have a designer make unique designs for you. Whatever you can think of, there's a designer out there who you can pay for their services and they'll design it for you. So I had this idea for 3 different designs for a brand that I want to launch. I went on Fiverr, found someone who did it for me for $55. 3 completely unique designs. I'm not going to have trouble with copyright. I'm not going to have trouble with anyone else copying my designs. I'm not going to have trouble with anyone else coming to me and saying, hey, you copied my design. So it's going to be smooth sailing from there. A question that a lot of the Etsy crew like to ask is, can you sell digital products on TikTok Shop? Now, if this is something you're interested in doing, let me just tell you right now, as of this point, as of when you're going to see this video, in December or in January of 2024 or December of 2023, you do not have the ability to sell digital products on TikTok Shop. Now, I saw someone on my last video commented they think this is going to come next year. Honestly, in my opinion, there's a chance it can come, but TikTok Shop still has so much things they need to fix. I don't think they're going to jump to digital products right now, especially knowing that they might have trouble with customers and their main priority right now is to please the customer no matter what. So as of right now, you cannot sell digital products on TikTok Shop. This is one of my favorite questions that gets asked. And then honestly, it makes me a bit sad because it shows me that many people who watch business content on YouTube have been deluded. And that question is, how am I supposed to fulfill TikTok Shop orders if TikTok is going to pay me so late after the product gets delivered, or they're not going to pay me right away? The answer to this question, ladies and gentlemen, is you cannot start a business, whether it be an online business, no matter what kind of business, with no money in the bank. You need to have either an income or enough money saved up for you to start this business. Now, the reason many people have this perception or this misunderstand when it comes to starting a business that they can do it for $50 or for free is because they see all these gurus on YouTube tell you that, hey, you can actually start dropshipping with $20. You can start an online business with $50. That is not the reality. First of all, you are not going to succeed right away on TikTok Shop. You need to test a couple different products, which means buying a couple of different samples. So if you're in your last $50, this is definitely not for you. I recommend that you start out with $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 in case that one of your products that you're testing out pops up, a video goes viral. Now you have to fulfill this product. You need to have the funds to fulfill the product and have enough liquidity to still continue fulfilling orders in anticipation of eventually getting paid by TikTok Shop. How do you do this? Get a job. Yeah, get a normal job. Get anything that's going to give you consistent income that's going to come in, week out. Because TikTok Shop is not very consistent. You can have a crazy pop-off day where you get millions of views and hundreds of orders, you need money to fulfill it, and then things might slow down, and you need income from your normal job so that you're not struggling and you're not stressing yourself out too much. So there's the answer for that question. This is a question that I've also been seeing a lot in the comments recently, and that is, what is your return policy? You get to set your own policies on TikTok Shop. Now for the Shopify crowd, I know you guys are going to be disappointed. I have my Shopify site and I love having the no returns and no refunds policy. Unfortunately, on TikTok Shop, you cannot set your own policies. They're preset by TikTok and they change often. So make sure you're always up to date. As of right now, for sales that happen during the holiday period, and if you were registered in a holiday campaign, customers have 90 days to return the item for whatever reason that they want, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I just wanted to give you guys an example of that absolutely insane policy so you can get an idea of policies on TikTok Shop. All policies are meant to please TikTok Shop customers to the highest extent because this platform is trying to grow and is trying to build its customer base. They do not care about sellers at all when it comes to policies. And also something else that I want to cover is there is no seller support system. There's no seller support infrastructure. If you have a problem or something occurs and you need urgent help, you're going to submit a ticket. The ticket is going to get responded to by a bot. They might not even understand the question and they might tell you something completely unrelated or just copy and paste something from the policy. Also, they sometimes take weeks just to get back to you for basic questions and give you a complete BS response. Live agents, absolutely clueless. They don't know anything. They have no idea what's going on. I don't even know where TikTok Shop hired them from. Last but not least, they're gonna hit you with absolutely bullshit violations, completely randomly, things like price spam, like you copied someone's design, you might get your shop completely shut down for absolutely no reason. And then when you go to appeal it, this is something I just found out is your appeal actually gets sent to an offshore team who have no idea what the hell is going on. They are completely, off of TikTok Shop. They don't know anything about the platform. They don't know how to deal with sellers on the platform. They're gonna look at your appeal and be like, I don't even know what the fuck this guy's talking about, and they're gonna reject your appeal. And it's happened to me time and time again. And I actually got confirmation that all appeals get sent to an offshore team. So when it comes to policies on TikTok, when it comes to the support that you're gonna get, I want you guys to go into this knowing that it does not exist. You are taking a gamble and you are taking a risk with starting this business on TikTok Shop. Now the gamble can pay off handsomely, or it might shut up your shop randomly, keep your funds in your fuck. So that's why I tell you guys, have a job, have your income, have your savings, test out TikTok Shop, build up a brand, build up an audience, and then use that to jump over to your site and have people just buy from you directly, to be completely honest. This is a question that I get from a lot of the people who are killing it on Amazon or have killed it on Amazon in the past. They always say, hey, why can I just find products on Amazon, list them up on TikTok, and then when they sell, fulfill them through Amazon? Now, while this is a great idea in theory, in practice, it doesn't work so smoothly. Think about this. Customers they're going to receive an Amazon package for something bought off TikTok Shop. Most TikTok Shop buyers and people on TikTok Shop in general have TikTok brain, so they don't even remember what they ate for breakfast, so they might completely forget or not even pay attention that their package arrived. Their products arrived in an Amazon package, but they could also realize, leave a bad review, say, hey, this person just bought this off Amazon. The main problem with this, though, fulfilling through Amazon, is that it is not sustainable. Let's say a video blows up, you get 150 orders in one day. You're telling me you're going to sit there and copy and paste over every single name, every single address from TikTok Shop to Amazon. Then once that product ships, you're going to copy and paste the tracking from Amazon onto TikTok. This is going to be at least hours of work, and it takes away the passive nature of doing drop shipping or doing e-commerce. Right? If you have to sit there and manually fulfill everything, it's going to be a ton of work and it's absolutely not sustainable. And also, either Amazon or TikTok might ban you once they realize that you're drop shipping, right? So it's just an unnecessary risk to take. It's not a sustainable business model, so I don't even recommend starting it unless you don't care Unless you want to test out, I think it's a good model to use to test out products, right? Have a whole bunch of listings. Once one starts popping up, order a bunch of inventory through Amazon and then fulfill yourself or hire someone to fulfill it for you. I suggest you can do that, right? That would work great. But manually copying and pasting everything into Amazon is just not a good idea. So with that being said, I hope I answered one of your questions in this video and I hope it was valuable. If I didn't answer your question, you'll find my consultation link down below where we can book a one-on-one. We can talk through strategy. We can talk through answering your questions. We can talk through, whatever it is that has to do with e-commerce and TikTok shop. I'm there for it. Check out the other videos in my full playlist. It's called the TikTok shop course. It pretty much has every single detail, every single piece of knowledge I've learned over these past 4 or 5 months on TikTok shop. It definitely has tremendous value for all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.